Holbrook, you drew the lucky number. You're first.
I want to stand up for this. I've been in business for 46 years here in Wilkes County and here in the eastern end of the county. I've been on the school board for quite a while. I'm married to Nikki for 46 years. I have 3 boys that all went through NC State, graduated. I have 9 grandchildren, and been a family man, and I've worked with the school system for a long time, and I know the ins and outs. I hope. There's always something new coming up all the time. We always get it worked out, and we always try to work and do whatever's the best for the kids. Keep them safe, keep them healthy, and just do all we can for them. That's what it's all about. It's all about the kids. That's the whole thing. And so I just thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
All right. Ms. Jolly.
Good evening. I'm Jamie Jolly, and I did type it out because I've been known to go over the minute that I'm allocated. So try to keep it in my restraints. I'm grateful for the chance to share a little bit about myself and why I'm running for re-election for the Wilkes County School Board. I'm a proud graduate of East Wilkes High School. I went on to earn my degree in elementary education from Appalachian State University and later my master's degree in library science from East Carolina University. I spent 28 years serving Wilkes County schools as a teacher and instructional specialist and 4 years in Winston-Salem for South County Schools as a director of school improvement. Altogether, I retired in 2024 with over 32 years of experience in education. I'm also a Christian. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 2 grown children who have both went through Wilkes County schools. One is now a teacher in Charlotte, and the other lives and works here in Wilkes County as a medical sonographer. Both are married, and I hope to one day be a grandma.
Mr. Rivera.
Good afternoon, or good evening. I'm Dr. Jose Rivera, and I'm a semi-retired physician and a military brat. I'm also a law enforcement chaplain and also a fellow of Christian Athletes Chapter and also a pastor. I'm also from South Carolina, just moved up here a few years ago because I got married. And also I was on the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs for 14 years, and I learned a little bit about boards and commissioners. And then also I was the head of the Migrant Health Commission in the clinic that I worked. And also, I did something. I started traveling around the high schools here and asking students what they needed. And I talked to teachers. And then last Saturday, the commissioners that were going for commission, they started talking about education. And they started giving me information about what they really need. So the reason that I'm here is because I feel the Lord wants me to do this. Number one, I'm not a politician. So thank you so much.
All right, we begin with the questions. You have 2 minutes to answer each question, and we'll start with Ms. Jolly. What do you believe is the role of a school board member, and what do you see as the most pressing challenges facing our county, and how will you address them?
I feel that our role as a school board member, of course, is to look at and to support in the policies that are current and what policies need to be amended or changed or defined in any way. The biggest challenge in education today, there are many challenges in education today. Of course, I have to mention finances and our budget and the declining budget, and as a rural school system, there's not a lot of places that we can go to get extra support. Many of the things that I love about our school system are also things that make it difficult when it comes to the extra funds that we have to beg for. Also, another challenge I have to admit is the fall of the family. We have any problem that you see in society, that you see going on throughout the world. Well, those kids are coming to school, and on their shoulders, they're bringing all of those challenges that they face and hear of at home. And they're bringing them with them, and as teachers, we have to help them not only deal with those, but then we have to educate them, because I believe with all my heart, the way out of any trauma, out of anything that a kid is going through, is providing them the education that they can then overcome it.
Mr. Rivera, what do you believe is the role of a school board member, and what do you see as the most pressing challenges facing our county, and how will you address them?
One of the most pressing things is not going out and seeing what the real issues are. I mean, when I go out, and I made a promise that I would go to elementary school, high school, and talk to teachers and students. And I've done that in other places. And I think the one issue is my platform is faith, family, and education. And the one thing is that y'all don't know is that 2 days ago, President Trump signed a law from the Department of Education that kids can now pray in high schools, in public high schools. Faith is a very big thing. We can't correct everything. But the issue is that we have to go out and find out what are the main issues. As a physician, I do biblical psychiatry, so one of the things that's really great is I want to know what families are going through, so that when they come to the board and they say, my kid doesn't know math, or my son doesn't know civics, one of the things is, and I heard this at that commission meeting, was we need to put technical electives back into the high school. We need to put mentorship. We need to put not only mentorship, but also kids that can go out into a field and start learning what it is. In other words, a board member just doesn't sit there. He has to go out and see exactly what's going on, so that when you come to the board, I have answers, or I can go out and find the answers. Thank you.
Question number 2, Mr. Rivera. Just keep standing.
No, Rudy.
Rudy.
The next, the first question.
No, Mr. Rivera's first on this one.
No, Rudy hadn't answered the last question.
Y'all are messing me up. Mr. Holbrook. I'm getting in front of myself here. Mr. Holbrook, what do you believe is the role of a school board member, and what do you see as the most pressing challenges facing our county, and how will you address them?
As a school board member, we need to be involved, which we are. We're involved in our communities, and we're involved in our schools, and we're involved with all that we do with the school system. We do everything. We got some big challenges coming up with a budget, which is not really good. It looks like we're going to lose approximately $1 million in low wealth money, and it's a possibility we're going to lose that. We won't know until the end of February. We got children that's homeless, and that's another big problem we got. I think a few minutes ago we saw there's 300 some kids that are homeless in Wilkes County, which they're not all out on the street now, but they're having to live with parents, having to live with friends, and we need a way to get them somewhere to get them back. We try to feed them. I know my church, we do CBL. We got 54 kids that we furnish backpack for every weekend, and my wife handles that. And it ain't there, but you know, the other places do all the others. We just do that. But you can imagine what a problem they got feeding kids. The kids don't get nothing at home, and as much as they need. I don't say they don't get nothing, but they don't get as much as they need. We got great teachers that try to look after these kids and do things to help them and keep them, you know, keep them in line. And we do policies. We have to work on them a lot. We've changed a lot of policies. We've tried to make it better for everybody. Yeah, but we just keep working at it. That's all you can do. You can't let up. And, you know, we got a good board. 30 seconds. And we try to do what's right. And that's the main thing. Just as long as we always do what's right, and we can go home and lay down and go to sleep now. But it's you know, it's a challenge sometimes. But we always come up with a solution and make it work.
I apologize to the candidates for letting myself get distracted.
Yeah, Mr. Moderator, can y'all please speak up? We can't hear a word back here.
Okay? Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Speak up so they can hear you. Got you. Use your outdoor voice. Okay, Mr. Rivera, first, you're on the second question. You're first up. What is your vision for our county school system for the next 5 years?
Well, for the next 5 years is to bring trade electives back into the school. That's number one. Number two, institute a mentorship program and also allow students to go into the school, and I've done that already, and find out in 8th grade, what is their aptitude? It just takes a sheet of paper to find out, are you strong in math? Are you strong in English? Are you strong in the arts? And then go to the teachers, and in the classroom, it takes 1 hour. It takes 15 minutes to push these students in where their aptitude is, and then you can do the lesson plan after that. And the reason I say that because I've done it before in teaching. So my whole point is the students will tell you what they need. And then we go to the parents and then we say, your son is doing math? Okay, we want to encourage you to help them in math. So my whole point is the answers are there. We just have to go out and look for them. And also help the teachers to teach. They're frustrated because they've got 30 kids in a room, and guess what happens? They've got to go through a lesson plan, and then maybe 70% of the kids are left behind. That doesn't work here. We have to help the students to push them along at their pace so that they can then go to the next lesson. We've got it all messed up. We've got to go back and learn how to help teachers teach and how to help students
36.
know what their aptitude is. Thank you.
Mr. Holbrook, what is your vision for our county school system for the next 5 years?
Well, just keep all the kids in school that we can. We've got a great graduation rate now. It was on 90-some% this past time, and that's probably as high as it's been in a long time. And and we do want to look at the future of the kids. It's unbelievable how much stuff is out there for the kids and enables them to go to college. There's a lot of stuff, and we want to keep that coming. And we want to make our schools better in every way that we can. And the teachers, I think, do a good job. Of course, they do what they're supposed to do and do a great job with it. And we just want to keep things going for them like it is. And you're talking about our trade schools and all. We have trade schools. We've got kids that's going into welding, going into electrical, they're going into all kinds of things. And I would like to see that better too, because anybody here knows that trade's where it's at. I mean, college is fine if you want to go, but if you get out here and become an electrician, you become a plumber, you can become anything, and you can make anything about you want to, because anybody tries to hire somebody knows now there's nobody out there to do it. And we want to keep pushing that, which we're doing good with it now, but it could be better. And I know we're not perfect. There ain't never been one person perfect, but we're going to push it and make it better any way we can. And I'll do all I can to make it better, make it perfect, and just keep trying and keep doing what we've been doing. I know things is pretty good now, we think, and we want to keep them good. Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, what is your vision for our county school system for the next 5 years?
Okay. Many of you, or at least a few of you in here, know me pretty well, and I'm competitive by nature. I've spent my career working in education, but I'm also, I love athletics, I love sports, I love that. That's one of my hobbies, and so that's something I've spent my life doing. That being said, I want to be the very best school system in the state of North Carolina. That's what I want to be in 5 years, and I think that we have the capacity to do that. I think that there are many things that we rank high in the state. There are things that we rank high in our region, but I want to be number one in those things because, like I said, I'm just competitive by nature, and I believe that much in our communities and our students and the aptitude, as been mentioned before. I want to be that, and I can see that is something that we can attain. But it's not going to happen just because you want it to, or because you wish it to happen. It's going to happen through hard work. It's going to happen through a professional development of our teachers and keeping them up front and foremost confident in teaching the curriculum that is before them, giving them the skills and the support that they need, making sure that the basic needs are met. The schools do so much more than educate. If you had been in our meeting a few minutes ago, April Moore was talking about all of the things that we do that's beyond education, that's beyond just the curriculum and instruction. We have nurses, we have social workers, we have guidance counselors. We're meeting the needs of almost every facet of a student. And so we have to keep building those capacities of those support people as well so that we can educate these kids.
All right. Start back over again. Question number 3, Mr. Holbrook, you're back up. How would you handle keeping schools in the county open if you do not receive the necessary funding from the county?
That's a tough one. I don't know that we will be able to keep them all open. I'm just going to be honest up front. I hope we can. And it's not been really discussed yet on what we're going to do. But with the upcoming budget, there's a possibility we can. I mean, like I said, we're losing $1 million. We could in February, if we will. And we're depending on the commissioners to help us out. And if they can't help us out, well, we'll probably have to look at doing something like it. But if we do, everybody will know, and we'll get everybody together and let everybody know exactly what we're going to do if we have to do it, which I hope, pray we don't. And I've said that I'd never do it. I did it one time years ago, and that's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I don't want to have to do it again, but to provide for these kids, we'll do whatever we have to make it good for the kids, all of them. And if we have to close some and move some around, we'll do it. We're not going to let no kid, and we want all these kids to be treated equal, and we want to treat them right, and we want them to have everything they need. And by doing that, it may have to close because to give them all that they need. But we're hoping if we don't have to, and praying we don't have to. And so maybe we won't, but we'll do what we have to do the best thing we got to do for the kids. That's the way it'll be. Thank you.
Ms. Jolly, how would you handle keeping schools in this county open if you do not receive the necessary funding from the county?
It's going to be very hard to do without the support. It's going to be very hard to do, sorry, can you hear me better? It's going to be very hard to do without the support of our commissioners. If our commissioners come through for us, we might be able to keep all of our schools open. There's no way we're going to be able to with just what the state is giving us. It's very plain when you look at the numbers. We need the commissioners to be able to give us that support. Whether they're going to be able to or not is left to be seen. But that's not something a school board can decide. We can't, I mean, I don't have it in my checkbook to write it and make it happen. I have to lean on our commissioners to give us that support. What the state's giving us is not enough. That being said, every decision and everything we do, we always consider, or I always consider, the students first. We have to make sure that just because you go to school A, that you have every opportunity that the student at school B has. And when we get to the point that we can't offer that same thing, then we have to start thinking out of the box. But again, the funding's going to have to come from somewhere, and as a school board, we don't have, all we have is the budget that the state gives us. Other than that, we have to beg and put pressure on, I guess that's tomorrow. Whenever we get those people up.
30 seconds. Mr. Rivera, how would you handle keeping schools in the county open if you do not receive the necessary funding from the county?
Well, it's an easy answer. You know, if you have 300 churches, what do? You ask the churches to fund. How many cities, especially in Chicago, what they did was the churches got together and they funded a magnet school. Why can't we get the funds from the churches and start a school, or fund that school I mean, it's just a simple answer. You know, we have the resources privately to pay the teachers and to have students go to a magnet school. You know, and I agree with the candidates. You know, we're depending too much on a budget, but if we don't have the budget, start a new school, start a magnet school. And also Hillsdale College out of Michigan, they're more than happy, I already talked to them, they're more than happy to help and bring a curriculum in to a magnet school. So there is an answer, you know, and we gotta get away from thinking, oh, we don't have money. Of course, if we don't have money, we have a solution. And you know what? Let's put our faith in that into action. You know, we all call ourselves Christians. Put your money where for these students. You can start a magnet school, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. Thank you.
All right, candidates, we have your 1 minute closing statement, and to keep in the order, Ms. Jolly, you get to go first.
Okay.
You have 1 minute.
Okay. Most importantly, if you don't remember anything about me, I want you to remember that I am committed to putting students first and foremost in every decision that I make. Every decision that I make, I prayerfully think about what's best for students based on my experience, based on me being out and talking to the people with the boots on the ground, the teachers, the principals, all of those people. But every decision I make is first based foremost on what's best for students.
Mr. Rivera, your 1 minute closing statement.
Well, thank you for allowing me to share my passion for education. I've traveled the world, I'm a military brat, and I've seen education in other countries. And when I came here, immediately the Lord says, you gotta run. Because my children need a better education. All my kids have graduated with honors. But when I got here, I said, and I went around talking to students. This is the one thing. I talked to students, I talked to teachers, and I said, what is it exactly that you need? And you're absolutely right. There are mental health issues. There are social services issues. And then everyone asked me all this immigration issues, you know, that we're having in school. My whole thing is, we do have answers. We do have answers, but we have to go and tell the parents what the answers are. Not just go to a board meeting and talk for 5 minutes and then all of a sudden they have no answers. I want to do open forums to where the parents come and they can ask me anything. And then I can work with my other board members and say, hey, these are the concerns. But thank you for your vote.
Mr. Holbrook, your 1 minute closing.
I appreciate all y'all done for me in the past. I've been there a pretty good while, a long time on the school board, and I've done everything. I went home at night with a lot on my heart and couldn't sleep over these kids and done things that, you know, and prayed that the Lord would give me guidance in what to do. And I've done that a lot. And I want to continue to do that. And I ask you for your support to let me go another 4 years. And I'll do my very best. That's all I can do, is the best I can do. But my phone is always open. You know, I'm in a business in Rhonda, Southeastern. I'm always there. Anyone is open. Anybody needs to call me at any time, they're welcome to do so. I get a lot of phone calls, but we always talk and work it out. It's no problem, you know. And most people want to vent and want to tell you what they got to say, and then I can turn around and try to help them. And that's what I'm here for, to help kids any way I can. Athletics, school, and their trade, or whatever they want to do. And I'm there. Thank y'all for everything.
Let's give the Board of Education.